German police say they found some of the priceless treasures stolen in one of the country's biggest jewel thefts 3 years ago. Back in November 2019, thieves broke into Dresden's Green Vault Museum, making off with artefacts and jewels worth around 113 million euros. The suspected robbers, members of a Berlin gang, were arrested and charged, and their trial began earlier this year. Okay, let's bring in our political correspondent, Catherine Lankus, who is following this breaking news story for us. Catherine, hi, this is quite a find. Tell us what's happened today.
So it's not only quite a find, it's actually quite the story as well, right? So overnight, 31 items of those items that were stolen 3 years ago have actually been recovered in Berlin. So they were stolen in Dresden, but they were recovered in Berlin. And the police is currently checking the authenticity of those items. But they say they appear to be intact. We don't know. And some prominent items, because there are, of course, many invaluable items, they are still missing. So we don't know the details about those things yet. There's also ongoing negotiations between the prosecutors and the defense, because the alleged perpetrators are still on trial, as you mentioned. And they had been on trial since January, and apparently those negotiations led to the discovery of those jewels.
Okay, all right. So remind us a bit, Catherine, about how exactly the heist happened back in 2019.
So it was one of the biggest jewellery thefts ever in German modern history, basically, and it was really quite the story. They stole 21, if you will, sets of jewellery from the 17th and 18th century. And as I said, they're invaluable. Like, yes, we can place a number on them, but they have historic value for the history of Germany as well, for this country. And you have to imagine it's like big diamonds. One of them was 48 carats big, so that's quite a number. There's a diamond-studded sword. There was Bruges, epaulettes. It's, you know, regal jewellery, really, that they stole. And in total, they made off with 4,300 diamonds at the time. And, you know, what prosecutors at the time were saying, that the thieves really entered the museum with brutal force. They had no respect for the historic value of those items at all. And they apparently set fire to a power box so that could cut the power supply to the street lights, so that could sew through the gates and then really use an axe to shatter the glass and just run off with those items.
And we've been looking at some of these stolen jewels. They're just spectacular pieces of jewellery. You talk to us a little bit more about the alleged perpetrators. Yeah. What do we know about them? So
it's 6 suspects who, as we mentioned, are already on trial. All of them are in their 20s, so quite young. And they are part of a well-known gang in Berlin. It's called the Remo gang, and they've already been accused of other thefts and major crimes. And one of them, well, one of those crimes was actually the theft of a 100-kilo gold coin from a Berlin museum. So you can imagine it's not easy to just disappear with 100 kilos of gold. And actually, two of the suspects are brothers, and 4 others are, now on trial for aiding and abetting in that.
Okay, and I guess we're going to learn more about what exactly police have found and what they're hoping to uncover as they give us more details about this recovery of this loot from the spectacular 2019 heist in Dresden. Catherine Lankus, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.